Hello, warm welcome to your My Investment Mastery series. Today we have a hot topic yet again inside of Mutual Funds Mastery. And for the 40th time, we are bringing a new topic inside of mutual funds. And today is all about what are arbitrage funds. So let's begin straight on them while our people join. So whenever you notice I'm looking down, I'm looking at all the notes that I've made in my notebook for you. So arbitrage funds. First, let's understand what is arbitrage. So arbitrage is simultaneous buying and selling of an asset in different markets. So when you are buying and selling the same asset in different markets, okay, and you're taking advantage of the price difference, that's called arbitrage. So what does arbitrage does? It helps you make risk-free profits by exploiting the price difference in the two markets in the same financial instrument. So now I'll give you an example of arbitrage. Okay, how arbitrage is done. Arbitrage trading is done in the stock market. So imagine that there is a stock and it is listed in both NSE and BSE. So Bombay Stock Exchange is BSE, NSE is National Stock Exchange. And imagine that there is one stock which is listed in both the markets. Now in market, say in BSE, this is trading at say 100 rupees, while in NSE, the other market, the same stock is trading say at 101 rupee. So there is a 1 rupee difference. So say a trader will buy the same stock in BSE and will sell it for 101 in NSE and make that 1 rupee. What is that? That's called arbitrage. Okay? And you or any trader makes a risk-less profit. Generally the difference is not this much. It's a 1 paisa, 5 paisa, maximum 10 paisa difference. Generally that's the kind of difference in the prices of the same stock in two different markets. Now, arbitrage funds are funds, okay? They are kinds of mutual funds which look for such opportunities, which look for these price difference opportunities in two markets, and they help their investors make money. So there is a lot of dependence on the fund manager here to spot such differences and make money. Okay, so anytime that you see that there is an arbitrage fund, this is what they are exactly doing. Now I'm talking about some of the features of arbitrage funds, and before I do that, let's welcome my people. Hi Sangeeta, Sheetal, Jina, Amrita, Bhagya, Khanika, Pavitra, Shriya, Rohini, Bindu, Namita, Rajeshwari, Tejal, Nishtha, Sneha, welcome guys. And just to bring you guys all on track, we are discussing arbitrage funds. Hey Preeti, welcome. Prerna, Anurima. So the key features of arbitrage funds. Number one is arbitrage funds are more or less safe because there is very little risk that they carry. The risk gets taken care of because there's a price distinction, price difference between two markets, and quickly a stock is bought and a stock is sold. So it's not, the returns are really not impacted much by the market volatility. So almost risk-free, safe investment. The more volatility is there in the market, the more mispricing opportunities exist. And hence, when there is more volatility in the market, arbitrage funds have a chance for better performance. Number three is you get the benefit, the tax saving happens as per equity funds. So after you are in that fund for over 1 year, it is taxed as equity fund, so you start getting benefit of long-term capital gains tax. So you get actually the benefit of a debt fund, but as far as tax advantage is concerned, it's taxed as an equity fund. So that's the difference. So risk profile is of a debt fund. There is huge dependence on the fund manager's ability. Okay, his ability to be able to spot such opportunities and take advantage of them. These opportunities generally are very limited in the market. Recently, many arbitrage funds have been launched. More money is getting pumped into this, and the moment more money is getting pumped in, then the opportunities get divided among more investors, so less money gets made. So that's a disadvantage. So coming straight on to the advantages, disadvantages, now that I've spoken about the features, like I've said earlier, low risk, so safety is a positive. It's an advantage for arbitrage funds. Tax efficiency, right? It is a kind of a debt fund which is getting taxed as an equity fund, which means in 1 year's time, you get the advantage of long-term capital gains, while in debt funds, you only get those gains in 3 years' time. The disadvantages, less opportunities are there. Yeah, so less such funds exist, less schemes exist. High dependence on fund manager is another disadvantage, and the returns have not been much in such funds. Often it is also seen that arbitrage funds have returns which are lesser than even liquid funds. Remember, we spoke about liquid funds in one of the investment mastery, and we said how they generate more returns than FDs. So actually, by taking even little bit of risk, what you will generate is just returns which are, say, FD kinds. Okay, so that's a big disadvantage. So hence, this is my take, that it's a big disadvantage to have that if the returns are not much, you are taking whatever that little bit risk. So if the returns are going to be what FDs give us, so then let's stick to FDs only. There's really no point depending so much on a fund manager, depending so much on his expertise, giving certain costs as expense ratio, and then only generating what FDs generate. So that's my take. Yes, if you are in a very high tax bracket, then yes, when you compare them with FDs, then of course they are more tax efficient than FDs. So the only advantage, if you are, say, in a 30% tax bracket, then these make sense for you, otherwise not really. Now I'm talking about the difference between arbitrage funds and liquid funds. And before I get down to that, let me welcome more people. Hey Pooja, Shelly. Rohini is asking, does this belong to the equity fund category? Yes. Rohini. Ishika, good morning. Yes, Kanika, the risk profile is debt fund, but the benefit is of equity fund. Lower returns, absolutely, and dependence on the fund manager, and this is what. Sheetal is saying, okay, hello and bye-bye to arbitrage fund. See you, maybe never. Unless, Sheetal, you are really in that tax bracket of 30%, and then I'm sure you're going to choose arbitrage funds, because that's where it makes sense. Kanika, why would it then make sense? Yes, just because, you can save tax. In FDs, you don't end up doing that. Okay, so now talking about the difference between arbitrage funds and liquid funds very quickly. So, like I said, the risk is really low. So, liquid funds have the lowest risk. Okay. So, if it is just about keeping some extra cash out until you are investing slowly in stocks or good equity mutual funds, if you want to just, say, place some money somewhere, then liquid funds will win over arbitrage funds, because the risk is even lowest in liquid funds when compared to arbitrage, because arbitrage still has that little bit higher risk. Why? Because also it is market linked. It is in the arbitrage funds at the end of the day are investing in equities. So that's one. When you look at returns, then liquid funds are more dependent on the current interest rates. what are the current interest rates, and the returns are dependent on that. While arbitrage funds are more dependent on the volatility in the stock market. And we've seen over the last couple of years that the returns of arbitrage funds have been lower than the liquid funds. Taxation, like I said earlier, if you redeem in less than 1 year, then you are taxed differently. But if you redeem after 1 year, then it is taxed as capital gains tax in case of arbitrage funds. And the difference in liquid funds is that redemption before 3 years, then it is taxed as per your tax slab, and after 3 years it is taxed after the indexation benefit. So if you notice, liquid funds are more taxed as debt funds, so the tax advantage ain't there. So if you are in a high tax bracket, then liquid funds won't make sense, and actually arbitrage funds will make sense. Okay, liquidity, it is of course liquid funds are more liquid, right? Because you get money back sometimes on the same day, max 1 or 2 days. While in arbitrage funds you get money back only after 3 working days. No exit load in terms of liquid funds, while exit load, if you are redeeming the money say within 1 month, then it is up to 0.25, 0.5%. Expense ratio is also there. Liquid funds expense ratio is lower, 0.3%, 0.9%. Liquid funds are lower, while arbitrage funds are higher. So according to me, if you are not in the high tax bracket, then yes, liquid funds will make more sense. But if you are in the 30% tax bracket, then you got to go for the arbitrage funds. Okay, what are you guys getting? Please start typing. Okay, Tejal, here I am not talking about ELSS. I just mentioned about liquid funds and arbitrage funds. Yes. So I have explained already, right? That arbitrage funds are getting taxed as equity funds. So after 1 year, it becomes long-term capital gain, and you're taxed differently. If you are in liquid funds, it is taxed as a debt fund. So long-term capital gains only apply after 3 years of being invested in liquid funds. So that's the big difference, a very big one. Okay, let's see. Anything else, guys? What are you guys taking back? Please start typing. What are you guys understanding? What are you learning? Sure, Ishika, I'm glad you learned something new. Okay, Rajeshwari, you can see that you need to shortlist an arbitrage fund. Then wherever you are, buying a liquid fund, arbitrage will make more sense. Wherever you're doing an FD, arbitrage will make more sense, Rajeshwari, for you. So that's where it will fit you. Okay. Yes, Preeti is taking back that it makes sense if one is in the higher tax bracket and wants to park her money for a little over 1 year. Brilliant, Preeti. Arbitrage funds are good when you are in the 30% tax bracket. Yes, Amrita. Brilliant. Ankita, you've heard people use arbitrage funds to park their emergency fund as well. Could I give my thoughts? I am not somebody who parks her emergency fund in arbitrage funds at all, or liquid funds or anything like that. I keep it simple: cash, savings account, or a sweep in FD. I am not somebody who parks her emergency fund because I have a lot of financial responsibilities and I cannot stay stuck when an emergency hits me. I'm very clear about it, and I'm clear that I don't want to generate a rate of return on my emergency fund because emergency fund is for emergencies. Kanika, maximum investment in it? Okay, I don't get that, what you're saying. Rajeshwari, you've invested in liquid funds. Now you need to plan and move. Sure, Rajeshwari. Just keep planning, just keep moving until you reach a portfolio that you are happy with. And it only happens over time, right? Like none of us can actually build the entire investment portfolio in a couple of days. Just can't happen. Okay guys, so I trust you all got benefited, you are taken care of, and you've made that 1% improvement in your money life today. Sheetal is saying choose arbitrage instead of FDs, although sometimes lower return than FD, but the tax benefit makes for it. Yes, absolutely. The returns won't be lower than FDs really, Sheetal. The returns will be lower than liquid funds. So yeah, similar to FDs. Okay, the returns will be similar to FDs, and yes, if you are in a high tax bracket, 30% bracket, then even FDs won't make so much sense. So arbitrage will make more sense. Kanika is asking, so what percentage is advisable for it? So this is for short-term goals, Kanika. Any goal that you have which is say a little over 1 year, and you're doing an arbitrage fund for it instead of say doing an FD if you are in a high tax bracket, instead of say doing an RD. Yeah, I know a lot of our community members use iWish account. So instead of doing that, okay, so this is where it will fit. Any specific parameters for arbitrage funds to choose? No, just look at the fund manager. I think he is the main shaker and mover of any mutual fund, arbitrage fund particularly, right? So because there's a very, very high dependence on him. Without him, arbitrage funds can't succeed. Okay, Rajeshwari saying I'm exactly regular in that 1% improvement, helping me in fine-tuning my portfolio with little extra confidence. Greshma is saying, short-term goals, got it. Yes, I know a lot of you asked me about short-term goals, so here is one such instrument that you can use to your advantage. On this note, anyone here who really likes today's videos and you got really benefited and you would like to share it? Anybody here who would like to share the video and just type in shared? If you got benefited, if you think that yes, value got added to me. Okay, I can see all those thumbs up coming in. Thank you guys. Kanika is also making that 1% improvement in a day, which is brilliant, Kanika. I am glad. Okay, very quickly guys, who all are sharing? Got that? We have Tejal, Preeti. Got that guys? Thank you so much for sharing. Ishika, you've shared in your closed WhatsApp group. Got that, Ishika? Do share there how you're benefiting as well, okay? From Women on Wealth, because that is what is going to move people. Shreya, good to see you after so long in a live. I'm glad you've shared it. Srija, thank you for sharing. Anybody else jumping in to support the mission at Women on Wealth? Bhagya, thank you so much. I am glad. So, Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore, everybody is coming in. Got that, Kanika? Thank you so much for sharing with your close friends. Jinnah, privileged to be sitting in the company of women who are committed to the growth of this mission. Thank you so much, guys. On this note, I close today's live. Amrita, thank you for sharing. And I meet you tomorrow for the decoding of the Economic Times newspaper. Same time, 10 a.m. on our Facebook page at Women on Wealth. See you tomorrow. Take charge. Stay safe. Bye-bye.